on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to test my British knowledge with a little 20-question British culture quiz. And I'll admit it, I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit nervous. And I feel like I have a pretty decent grasp of British culture, but the quiz will reveal all. So, with that being said, let's take a look at question number 1. British culture quiz. What makes up the United Kingdom? Oh, thank you. Thank you! Starting out pretty easy, but funny enough. Oh my gosh, funny enough. Most Americans would really struggle with this question. I did not know the answer to this question for the longest time into my adult life. I had to go out of my way to learn this, as crazy as that seems, because most Americans think the United Kingdom is the same thing as Britain and the same thing as England. We use all those terms interchangeably. We don't really understand what the difference is. So this would make absolutely no sense to a lot of Americans, but I know it's Wales, England, Scotland, and then not Ireland, but Northern Ireland, not all of Ireland. So what do we have here? Wales, England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and the Republic of Ireland. No. Because that's another thing I didn't know for a long time, is that it's not just Ireland. There's two parts. There's Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. Again, things I didn't know. Way too late into my adult life. But I know this one. Wales, England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, locking it in. Yes. Okay, perfect. I am correct. Thank you, little internet quiz. All right, this is good. That kind of got my confidence up a little bit. Question 2 of 20. Which title do many British women use to avoid indicating whether or not they are married? Oh wow. This is deceptively difficult to me, because Mrs. MRS, like classically, that means you're married. Here in the United States, that's what it means. I think everywhere, probably also in Britain. I've never learned this fact specifically. I've heard Miss a lot. Like Miss, I thought means you are not married. We're asking, what title would a British woman use to avoid indicating if they are married or not? So would that be Miss MS? Which I really never, ever see in the United States, honestly. So that's probably the answer. It is the answer. I didn't know. MS, just MS. Doesn't reveal your marital status. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Process of elimination is going to be my friend here today as well, even if I don't know. Question 3. What is the minimum compulsory school leaving age in the UK? The minimum age you can leave a school in the UK. Oh wow, legally. So there is a legal age. I mean, here in the United States, not that it matters because we're talking about Britain, but it's the only frame of reference I have. I'd say like 18 when you're legally an adult. Like, I don't know. Do you have to complete school, high school in Britain by the law? Do you have to stay till you're 18? Maybe. That's my best guess. That means you're an adult. It's my best guess. No. Okay. 16. I guess that kind of makes sense. From 16 to 18, young people in England must either remain full-time or start an apprenticeship. Really? Legally? Like people in British law says it wants you to be doing things like up to a certain age. That's very interesting. And I guess kind of good, like to motivate you to do stuff, but also, do you get thrown in prison if you drop out of school and don't want to do anything? Or is it illegal to have no job? Like, I don't know. I have a lot of questions about this. I think I'm just upset that I finally got one wrong and my perfect score has now been jeopardized. I don't know what score I'd be happy with at the end of this. Like, I don't know, 15 out of 20, correct? That'd be pretty darn good. That'd be like a B or something. I'd be happy with a B. What do the British celebrate on Bonfire Night on the 5th of November? A lot of Americans like myself have heard of the 5th of November, especially from like V from Vendetta, that movie. But I actually did a literal reaction to this exact topic, so I am in luck. Because this is the 5th of November. It's bonfire night. It's not the formation of the UK. It's not the end of the Great Fire of London. It's the failure of Guy Fawkes to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Yes, absolutely. Okay, wow, I'm actually quite proud of myself. And I just so happen to have, like, literally specifically learned some of these topics. It's great. I think I have good chances here. Question 5. Which of the following nationalities has the largest number of UK residents? So, Indian, Polish, or Irish? Which of these nationalities is the largest represented in the UK? Is that what it's asking? I mean, wouldn't it be Irish? Literally has, like, Northern Ireland. Would it not be Irish? I totally don't know the answer to this question. Are there a lot more, like, Indian or Polish immigrants than I'm aware of? I feel like this is a trick question. Irish is too obvious. But maybe it's like a double trick question where I need to go with the obvious one. Dang it. I thought so. That just made too much sense. It's actually Indian. In 2015, there was estimated 776,000 Indians in the UK. And a lot of Polish, too. 700,000 and 500,000 Irish. More Polish and Indian in the UK. I had absolutely no idea about these statistics on the diversity and whatnot. That's fascinating. I had no idea. Big Indian population in the UK. Very good. Okay. I feel like I don't even feel bad about getting that one wrong. I feel bad that I've gotten, 3 out of 5 correct. This is actually not a great start. But I feel like there's no way I was just going to know that one. Or maybe there was a way if I was just smarter. But let's not talk about that. After English and Welsh in Wales, which language is the most commonly spoken mother tongue in the UK? The most commonly, like the second most spoken language besides English and Welsh. Well, Polish would make sense. French, I don't think French. Punjabi. Punjabi. Is that a language spoken in India? Maybe. I honestly don't know this. I feel like that's bad. It's either Polish or Punjabi. Punjabi, I feel like, could be an Indian language. And we just learned, or I just learned, about all of the Indians living in the UK. I think Punjabi. I think I gotta go out on a limb here. I feel like it's Polish. Polish? What's Punjabi? Where's Punjabi spoken? Let me look this up. I need to know this. It's, what is this? Google, help me out. It's historically as Mesopotamian, Indo-Aryan language, native to the Punjab region of Pakistan and India. It is spoken in India. I don't feel totally as bad, but maybe there's multiple languages? I'm terrible at this stuff, languages and geography. It seems to be one of several languages spoken by Indians and other regions and countries. So, but all people from Poland probably speak Polish, therefore Polish is the answer. That was a tough one, man. These are actually pretty tough, but probably still things, probably fair. I feel like these are probably things that most British people would know. I was just hoping I would do a little better than this. I need to get some momentum here. I think I'm gotten 3 out of 6 correct. Oh no. Question 7. What is the most prominent region of the UK? Religion. The most prominent religion in the UK. Catholicism, Angelicism or Church of England, or Islam. I don't think it's Islam. It literally says Church of England, which is in the UK. Is this another trick question? I'm questioning everything now. Is this another trick question? I think I gotta go with something. Thank you. Okay, we're back on track, sorta. That's 4 out of 7 correct. Thank goodness, I really needed that one. 20% affiliate themselves with the Church of England. 50% of British do not regard themselves as being part of a religion. My God, wow. Britain is very, very different to the United States in terms of how religion is split up, a religious affiliation. Very interesting. I'm glad I got that. Oh, thank you. I'm very glad about that. Very pleased. I'm gonna need some bonus some guesses to work out here. Although that was like an educated guess, I think. Give me a little credit. Question 8. Which of the following was not invented in the UK? Not invented. Marmite was definitely invented in the UK. You can, definitely. That's the most UK thing I've seen today. The word Marmite. Peanut butter. I remember learning about peanut butter. Like George Washington Carver? I think was that invented in America? I should know this. Gosh, I should know. I'm going to be saying that a lot during this quiz. I can already tell. I should have known that. Chicken tikka masala. Chicken tikka masala sounds like some kind of ethnic food from some other place in the world other than the UK. Is this a trick question again? Why is this quiz so cruel? Peanut butter, chicken tikka masala sounds like it's from somewhere else in the world. Peanut butter. It's peanut butter or chicken tikka masala. I'm going with peanut butter. Chicken tikka masala is just too much of a trap. It sounds too ethnic, like it's from somewhere else. So it's a trap. See, this is the problem. You start getting too meta with this thought processes and... Thank you! The meta, yes! I'll be meta from now on. Oh, I knew it. I knew this quiz was up to no good. Okay, it was trying to trick me. Chicken tikka masala is one of the UK's most popular dishes. Although it is a curry, it's credited with having been created in Britain, in Glasgow. Okay. Oh, I feel good now. Oh, I feel great. I got a spring in my step. I've gotten 5 out of 8 correct, I believe, which is, I'm now back in the positive. If I can just get all of them correct from here on out, I'm going to have a very respectable score. I should think of it that way. I'm not out of this yet. How often is a general election held in the UK? Oh, no. No! Oh, I learned about British government and British politics in a video so long ago. Is it every 5 years? So one says every 4 years. 2 of them say 5 years. So I already am leaning towards it that it's 5 years. Every 5 years or when the Prime Minister decides, I think that's correct. I think the Prime Minister can step down if they want. I feel like that's happened. 5 years or if the Prime Minister decides. Dang it. So the Prime Minister cannot decide? Maybe the Prime Minister has to be, like, elected out of office, like here in the United States, where the president can be booted out of the office if they pass a voting. Every 5 years on the first Thursday in May. Well, it was every 5 years, but dang it. Man, why couldn't it just have been if the Prime Minister wants to literally give up being the Prime Minister, shouldn't they be able to? Since the Fixed Term Parliaments Act of 2011, the Prime Minister cannot call a snap election without the 2/3 majority in the parliamentary vote. So they have to get a 2/3 vote to be able to call for a new election. They can't just decide. Okay. Man, this quiz is pretty darn hard, I gotta say. I think I'm at 5 out of 9 correct. I really was hoping I'd do a bit better than this. I thought I knew a thing or two about British life, British culture. This is a bit humbling, you would say. Which of the following is considered poor etiquette in the UK? Okay. Arriving for dinner at someone's house 15 minutes late. That sounds rude. In America, that would be fine. Like, it's fashionably late, as they call it. Most Americans actually anticipate people will be late to someone's dinner or house. Eating lunch at your desk. I think that's probably fine in the UK. Eating at your desk, yeah. Arriving at someone's house to say hello uninvited. That That would be poor etiquette to me, unless that you have a very special relationship with that person. Arriving at someone's house to say hello uninvited. But Brits are very friendly and very, very nice. A bit more so than Americans. I could see them popping up at someone's house to just say hello and then leaving, and it not being rude. Man, in the UK, do you show up late? Is it okay to show up late? Is that poor etiquette? Maybe. But arriving at someone's house uninvited is just unforgivable to me. Arriving uninvited to the most sacred, your home. I'm going with that. Come on. Yes! Yes! Oh, yes. Okay. British tend to value their privacy, and so appearing on someone's doorstep unexpectedly can be taken as an invasion of privacy. Yes! Same thing in the United States. We are similar on this one. Okay, fantastic. I think I've gotten 6 out of 10 correct. I'd really like to just get the next 10 correct and end up with a 16 out of 20 by the end of this. That would be great. It's your 6-month review, and your boss says to you, I might suggest you consider making a development plan to improve your sales. Oh God, just imagining this. I can imagine this. Excuse me, Tyler, I might suggest you consider creating a development plan for your sales. And my eyes just roll into the back of my head. You feel sure that sales are improving. So what do you do? So it's 6-month review. Boss says you need to improve your sales, but I know my sales are fine. They're actually improving. What do I do? Ignore the boss's suggestion as I feel confident? This is a very strange question, by the way. Prioritize making a development plan as your boss clearly thinks it's important. I'm inclined to go with that one, the one that just appeases the boss. Decide to wait a couple of weeks to see if your sales improve before spending time on a plan. I think just the one where you're trying to make your boss happy, even if you hate them. Yeah, that's... This is kind of specific. I feel like this would vary person to person, Brit to Brit. I don't know if this belongs in a British culture quiz, but it's funny. And I got it right, so I'm happy. Okay, number 20. You have just joined a new job. Your manager sends everyone in a team an email asking for opinions about a big decision needing to be made. How should you respond? What is with these questions? What is this, a job interview? You have joined a new job. Your manager is asking everyone's opinion. How do I respond? Assume the email isn't for you as you're new to the team. Now, I mean, if he sends an email to me, I'm going to assume that I need to respond. Respond saying what you think as your manager is genuinely interested. Yeah. Respond saying that you know your manager will make the right decision. No. Maybe I'm answering this as an American, but just answer the email. He sent you an email. If it was by mistake or not, it was their mistake. So respond. Yeah. Okay. What kind of weird questions are these? I'm not upset. I'd be upset with these if I was getting them wrong, but these are like freebies in a way. There's another one. If you're in a meeting with your British team and the debate starts to get heated between two team members who start to raise their voices in anger, what do? Tell them who you think is right? No. Ask them to continue the conversation after the meeting? Maybe. Make a joke to break the tension. That would be funny. I don't know what kind of joke you'd pull out to stop people from screaming at each other. But in Britain or in the United States, you ask them to stop and do this at another time. You make a joke to break the tension. You know, more power to you, British people. If you are coming up with these jokes when people are literally about to fist fight, the British thing to do is crack a joke. All right, fair enough. That's my 5th one that's wrong. So I'm at like 8 out of 13. I'm on the border here. Like, I need to get everything correct from here on out, and I'll end up with a 15 out of 20. That was kind of my goal, I think. Oh boy, this British culture test is like weird and difficult, but oddly fun. You bump into a business acquaintance who says, "We should meet for a coffee soon." What does this mean? It's unlikely they will be in touch to arrange the coffee. Yes. They will probably contact you the following day for coffee. No, they will contact you soon to arrange a time for coffee. In America, this means you're never going to hear from them again. If they're like, "Oh, hey, Tyler, how's it going? We should do coffee sometime." Okay, see ya. Yeah, I'm never going to see them again in my life for another 10 years. And that's okay. It's just kind of a pleasantry. That's what it would mean here in America. In Britain, is it more polite? Is it more you say what you mean and mean what you say? Maybe it's they will contact you to arrange a time and place. I feel like I can only go with what I know, and it's that they're not going to be in touch. And that's correct. Americans and Brits are more similar than I thought in a lot of these social and workplace situations. What else do we have? How should you address senior managers in British organization? Well, I guess these questions are just going to be about the British workplace and British life and societal interactions, which is an interesting take on a British culture, but it's kind of fun. How should you address senior managers in a British organization? By their first name. If you have a good relationship, right? Mr. or Mrs. and then their last name, Sir, Madam. No, first name, first name. Yeah, yeah. Here in America too. First name, that'd just be weird if you're at your job and you're like, "Hello, Mr. Declan, how are you doing?" Unless it's like the CEO or something, and even usually they're trying to be, one of the lay people relate and be like, "Oh no, call me Jeff," and you're just like shaking because you're talking to the CEO. Oh, okay, Jeff. All right, very good. 16. It's Friday night, and you're feeling very tired. After your first week at a new job in the UK, your colleagues invite you to a pub. How do you respond? You say, "Heck yes." I haven't even seen the answers. Say yes and decide this is an opportunity to get to know your colleagues on a more personal level. Yes, yes, that's got to be it, right? Say no as you suspect they're being polite. Is that a possibility in British culture? I feel like you wouldn't invite people to the pub to be polite because they're probably going to say yes, right? You're going to expect them to say yes. It's not to be polite. Apologize and promise you'll join them another time. No. You say yes. You say heck yes. It's the pub. Yeah. All right. I feel like I'm starting to get into the mind frame of a proper Brit here. I'm on a roll. I was down in the dumps. The first 10 questions I was feeling bad. I think I've gotten the last like 4 or 5 correct. This is fantastic. Question 17. Your manager asks you, "Do you have a second?" When you are in the middle of something important, how do you respond? When your manager says, "Do you have a second?" I mean, even if you're busy, you're probably like, "Yeah, okay, I have a second." Understand this is something important. Say, "Yes, of course." I don't know if I'd go that far. Yes, of course. It's a little weird. Just be like, "Yeah, sure." Ask if they could come back later when you're finished. It'd have to be really, really important. I think you say yes. You say, "Okay, I have a second," right? If it's just a second, yeah. I don't know about this. Yes, just of course, I have a second. Like I don't know about all that. Maybe just like, yeah, for sure, I have a second. What is it? Something like that. Number 18. When meeting a British business partner for the first time, what should you talk about? In British culture, you're meeting a associate. What do you talk about for the first time? Ask if they have children. Ask to see photos. Sure. Make small talk about trivial things like the weather or your journey to the meeting. That could be true. Small talk. I feel like the British and us Americans, we do the small talk. Don't initiate conversation. Let your partner take the lead. You just sit there, take the lead. No. Ask if they have children. That'd be pretty nice. I like that. Make small talk is kind of the more generic answer. I would prefer if you ask about family, icebreaker. No, you make small talk. Now I guess in Britain, forget the icebreaker, forget being personable. That's too intimate. It's just at first it's small talk. The weather, how was your journey here? Okay, I could see that. Fine. Oh, that's unfortunate, because that's my sixth one, I think, that I got wrong. So I'm not gonna meet my goal, but let's see if I can finish out strong here. Which of these is best avoided during a business meeting with British partners? Best avoided. Don't fold your arms in Britain? Don't make strong eye contact? That's true. I think that's true. Don't nod your head. Now you should nod your head. Folding your arms can be a little off-putting, creating a wall between you and them, a little barrier, but is it unacceptable? No. Making strong eye contact. Oh, I think it's actually saying that in a good way here. It's not, because it's like in America too. I think it's very similar with the eye contact. Don't stare at them the entire conversation without blinking or looking away. That's not strong eye contact. That's just creepy. You make eye contact when they're, acknowledge them, then you break it and act natural, for crying out loud. Folding your arms. Don't fold your arms. Yeah, I understood what this question is asking. This is like some kind of job interview. What is this? All right, and finally, 20 out of 20. You've just been invited for dinner at your British colleague's house at 7. What time should you arrive? Not before 7. No, you don't arrive early. 7 on the dot, 7:15. There was a question like this at the beginning about when you should arrive. I think you just arrive a little bit late, 7:15? Like that's what you do in the United States. Just a little late? Nice, okay. Being a little late for a social engagement is acceptable in the UK. So, fashionably late. Okay, man, what did I end up with? 14 out of 20. I wanted 15 out of 20, so I'm not totally upset. This is a weird quiz. It was fun. It was like 2 parts. In the beginning is like British geography and language and culture. And then 10 through 20, the second half was like British business and social interactions, which was interesting. And I got a couple of those correct. I know how to socialize. Even in Britain, maybe. Don't stare at people. Arrive a little late. But in all honesty, I actually enjoyed this quite a bit. I'm okay that I did kind of bad. Honestly, I was hoping to do a bit better than 14 out of 20. But I did enjoy this. Maybe next time. I felt like I had a pretty good grasp of British culture. Maybe I've still got more to learn. Some of these questions were kind of hard, though. Harder than I anticipated, man. But this was a lot of fun, so I enjoyed this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment, perhaps with your thoughts on any of these questions or how I answered them. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Britain and British culture and learning about British things for the first time, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.